Hey guys, what's up? I'm the Shotgun Shogun, and it is 3 in the morning right now when I am recording this, and I just got my butt kicked a bunch in RTA. I went and farmed some wyvern. I just realized about right now ago that I'm wearing a green shirt, but oh well, we're gonna go with it. I'm a disembodied floating head on a chair you can see through. But I also may have been by taking care of Memorial Day a little bit more. So might not put this up in the morning. I'm going to talk to you about Molagoras right now because Molagoras suck. Molagoras are terrible. They're the worst system ever. You need a month and a half to level up the skills on one character. You know how many characters they're going to put out every month? Like 20 fucking characters. If you are new and you didn't get the Guilty Gear characters last year, you're never catching up. Ever. You could buy all of the Molagora packs. So let me point out oh, hey, we're just going to give you another Molagora pack to buy. Slap in the face, Smilegate. Absolute slap in the face. Oh, hey, guess what? You can just buy another Molagora pack. All of the Molagora problems are solved forever. World hunger is over because we can buy another Molagora pack. Garbage. Literal slap in the face to people who actually have characters that they need to skill up. You put out so many characters every single month that literally I had no desire to roll for Ray whatsoever, because guess what? I'm never going to be able to skill him up. By the time I get around to having the Molagoras, because the catalysts aren't a problem, I can burn tons of stamina and skystones to farm catalysts. Not a problem in the slightest. But Molagoras, I am hard cucked on Molagoras. Even if I buy the packs, guess what? That takes Alencia from plus 11 to plus 15. 4 skills for 2 Molagora packs. Buy 2 Molagora packs, give me plus 4 to 1 character. Literal trash. If I buy a whole, 2 Molagora packs, I should be able to plus 15. At least one of the characters that I pulled this month. But you're going to release another RBG 5-star. You're going to release another Moonlight 5-star. Then you're going to release another 4-star Moonlight character, and who knows, you'll probably do a rerun, and I probably don't have that character, so I'm going to buy that character, roll for that character, and go to pity, and guess what? I'm never going to be able to plus 15 that character, or keep up with the amount of characters that you bring out. Now, the big problem here is that I'm always behind. And somebody in the comment section is going to be like, oh, I never have problems with Molagora. You're also probably in master level, arena, and bronze RTA. So if that's the case, then just do yourself a favor and don't post that comment. Because if you are a hardcore player or a hardcore PvPer, you have 0 Molagoras. That's unless you are literally saving for the next possible 5-star that you have to plus 15 to stay up with the meta. You don't have any Molagoras, because guess what? You're probably investing in insert whatever other character you need to stay current in the PvP meta. So let's see, I literally just pulled Spectre Tenebria when she was on her banner. Don't have Molagoras. I had to plus 15 Alencia because Alencia is super strong and she was on my list of things to do. I got Kayron not too long ago. He's triple S actually, but guess what? No Molagoras into that. Elfelt would love to Molagora her. Guess what? I can't. And the thing is if it's a DPS character, Kayron, Spectenny, even Elfelt, even I need to do Violet. I've got so many characters that I would want to use to counter specific meta units, to counter certain situations. I can't. Even the characters that only require, support characters, just the bare minimum, you still have to put a bunch of Molagoras into them, more than you get in a weekly basis, because you get, 3? You get, 4 out of Automation Tower, 5 maybe, and if you are somehow stupid lucky, you get a Molagora seed from the Queen's chest out of normal raid, because that's realistically what you should be buying from there, because you have a chance at a Molagora. Now, somebody, again, like I said, is going to be like, oh, hey, I don't ever have problems with it. I'm a completionist. In every game that I play, I want to max out every single character that I have. I can only do that with 3 stars. I will literally never be able to plus 15 every character on my account. And you should be able to plus 15 every character on your account. If you put in the time, you put in the energy, you put in the money, you should be able to plus 15 every single character on your account. And the fact that you can't is bullshit. It literally is absolute trash that I have to sit here and pick and choose who I want to play with, and I'm forced to Molagora meta units. I can't Molagora Roman. I can't Molagora Ice Dom in case I want to use them or try them out. You know what? Oh, hey, guess what? We should be trying out off-meta units. I would 100% be using Elfelt in RTA right now if I could plus 15 her. But because she is support DPS, she is not that good without Molagoras, because you have to do damage with her. People like Basar, who cares? He just, his damage is completely doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. You get his skills to where it's, you know, -1 turn, and then you are good to go. But tanks, DPS, support DPS, characters like Dizzy, right? Yeah, you go to -1, but guess what? It would be really nice to have that extra damage. Is it going to be game changing? Yes, actually. Actually, there have been so many times where a unit lives with 36 fucking hit points, and if I just had one more Molagora into that character, they would have died and I would have won. But because I'm hard cucked on my skills, regardless of what I want to do, if I could throw endless money at it, whatever. That's still crappy for free-to-play players, but you know what? I would at least have an outlet and an avenue to finish my account, but I can't. I am literally hard stopped by the Molagora system. If you let me just finish out my characters that I roll every single time, then great, fantastic. I should be able to utilize every character if I have the gear for them. Now, someone's going to be like, well, you probably don't have the... I do. I have more gear than you and most people, and I cannot use my Kayron. I cannot use my Spectre Tenebria. I cannot use my Violet. There's multiple other characters that I would love to use, but I can't. Can't use my Crowd, because guess what? He doesn't have any Molagoras in him, because I have used other tanks. I have so many characters, and it absolutely destroys me, because guess what? I'm not going to pick Crow, because Crow is at +0. Why would I pick Crow when I have a +15 Lilius that I am going to pick 100% of the time, because +15 is 15 better than +0. And this is going to just become a bigger problem, because like I said, I don't care about Ray. I pulled for him because I needed dust for artifacts, and thankfully I did get him relatively quickly, actually, and then I switched over to rolling for Covenant because I don't really care about his artifact. But when you put out new characters, I go, man, this character's really, really sweet. I would love to use this character in 7 months when I finally get around to being able to give this character Molagoras, because I have a priority list, because I want to stay competitive in the PvP meta. And that means I have to play with characters that I might not necessarily even like, because they are meta and I need to play with them, like Spectre Tenebria and Kayron and Arbiter Vildred if I ever had one, or a Ruel if I ever got one. But I don't have them. So that's the other thing too, is if Arbiter Vildred comes to Mystics, I really don't care that much. Like, I might pull for him, but I don't have the Molagoras for him. I have the gear for him. Perfect gear for him. I could just swap gear right over to him. Not a problem. But he will most likely never be plus 15 because, yep. And that's the thing, is it punishes you without any good reason, right? Because if you put in the time, if you put in the energy, you're spending sky stones to farm catalyst, you're spending leaves, you're buying leaf packs, they're making money. Why not just let us plus 15 our stuff? Now somebody's gonna be like, oh well, then all the whales would have plus 15 everything, and we wouldn't be able to compete. And you guess what, you're probably not gonna be able to compete in the first place, because guess what, they buy both Molagora packs. They're gonna always be ahead of you since day one, because every whale has bought the Molagora packs. And then they go, oh, you know what? We're just going to add another Molagora pack. So if you were not behind this, like, what is wrong with you? Because this just, the extra Molagora pack already puts the pay-to-win players way further ahead than the free-to-play players. And it's just such an unreasonable, and I can't understand why they would just hard cuck you so hard. The thing is if I could plus 15 characters, or even at a reasonable pace, right? If I could keep up with the amount of characters that are coming out, like, I would roll for all of them. I would guarantee that I would pull every single character. I mean, I usually do, but most people would be more hype about characters that are side grades, like Ray. If you've already got Destina leveled up and plus 15, or even some Molagoras into her, why would you care about Ray? Because he's not going to do as good as her, because she's got her skills raised. If you have Elfelt, but you have other characters, why would you care about Elfelt? Because guess what? You're gonna have to skill her up. Same with half of the characters that they're putting out right now. You have to pick and choose very, very strictly who you put Molagoras into, and it can make or break your account, right? Because like I said, I cannot use a good handful of my DPS. And the thing is as things get buffed, as things change, you might have a character like, actually, thankfully, my Fire Whittaker, I did put Molagoras into, and so she became actually really pretty solid. But, you know, that's the thing, is as metas shift, as new characters come out, remember when Sez was really huge and everybody was using Sez Cleave? Well, yeah, granted, we did get to recall him, but you have things that shift like that, right? And, you know, a character that you might have used all the time for certain things is going to just get sat on the bench. You know, not only that, but like I've said in videos before, if you're a new player, you have no clue what you're doing. You're just going to put Molagoras into whatever, and someone's going to be like, well, new players should know better and look up guides. And not every new player is going to immediately run to YouTube or to Reddit or the Discords and go, who should I spend all of these skill things on? Because the game gives you tons of them at the very beginning. So you're like, well, I'm just going to put these in the ones I like. You know, now they did do us a solid by letting us, you know, not have to use Molagoras on 3 stars, but I use 3 stars more now because I can plus 15 3 stars. Ross, Mursa, Gerardo, Falconeer Quarry, like all kinds of them, dude, because you can plus 15 them. Captain Rickarus, you know, things like that. You can plus 15 them with just Catalyst. Now, granted, it takes a little bit of time, takes a little bit of farming, but you can plus 15 them. Whereas, take my General Purges sitting right there. That dude is never going to be plus 15, ever. And he deserves it. He deserves it because he puts in work on Wyvern, and he deserves to be plus 15. But you will never be plus 15, Purges, ever. Because I will not have the Molagoras, spare Molagoras, to put them into you when I have other things that I have to use the Molagoras on to stay competitive in a competitive game. Now, some people are like, well, you don't have to stay competitive. Why don't you just use it on something else? Because I do. I want to stay competitive. I'm a completionist, and that it annoys me so much that I just have characters that will never be plus 15. You will never be able to keep up, ever. With the amount of characters that come out, you do not get enough Molagoras. You will have an entire roster full of characters that are just going to sit there. They're going to be bench warmers. I have the gear. I can put gear on them. It might not be the best gear. It might be a little bit of scuffed gear. But having that character as an option is better than not. And if you try to bring a +0 scuffed gear DPS to any sort of PvP, you're gonna get rocked. You're just gonna get dead. You're just deado. You know, take a +0 CDOM. What good is that gonna do you? What good is that gonna do you? Nothing. You're gonna it's gonna get dead. You're not gonna push anybody forward. Nothing. Take your 0, take your +3 Arbiter Vildred and hit like a fucking wet noodle. It's absolutely ridiculous that we can't skill these characters up in a game that they want you to. They're like, oh, we want you to experiment with other characters. Yeah, how? You gave us free unequip. That's fantastic. But what am I gonna do? Take my good gear and then put it over on a unit that has no skills? Yeah, let me take that to Legend RTA and have Jinx and Godless and Tenberg just absolutely stomp a mud hole all over my butt. You know, you have to, if you are going to PvP, you have a list of characters that are tried and true. That's why the meta never changes, because you don't have the flexibility to change the meta. Because, yeah, the person who did put Molagoras into Broman, ML Roman, good on you, because ML Roman is actually pretty tight. Cerise, amazing, but needs Molagoras like everything else. So it sucks, and I've ranted for 17 minutes now about something that everybody already knows about. And you know what? If you come in here and you're like, well, what about gold? What about this? This video is not about gold. It's not about equipment. This is about Molagoras. So I don't care. That's another whole other video, a whole other problem. But somebody's going to come down there and they're like, Shogun, you need to, what do you think about gold and gear and all these other, we're talking about Molagoras in this one. So I don't know what they need to do, but they need to do something. And last I heard, they had no intentions of a Molagora refund or changing anything, but they need to. And that is the biggest problem, in my opinion, right now. Because like I said, I can farm a ton of gear, spend a ton of sky stones farming gear. Yeah, it sucks. Reforging sucks. Manifestation stones literally killed conversion. But I will never +15 General Purges, and he deserves it. I'm going to go to bed now, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Cracky.